T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Turkey sandwich, testing, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Waiting to see the royal connection. The connection is connecting, and let me get the music. All right, let's see how the music picks up in the royal background. Oh, Jackson Free, LA, are you there? Present. Music. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, Pikachu knees. All right, we're good to go. The music is on quietly in the background. As the music plays quietly in the background, I'm going to put on my earmuffs to see if they provide additional comfort to my already comfortable morning with all of my fluffy hair and all of its fluffy glory. Shout out to my fluffy hair and all of my fluffy hair glory. Let's see if I can get this hood over the hair. I have to pull this up a little to see. My hair is getting out of control in a good way. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Let's see here. As I adjust my royal hair. Okay, that's good. All right, good morning, good Monday to all my cool people out there in the land. Morning Moon Monday Motivational Madness. It's 12/8/2025. Thank you guys for coming into the show. It's going to be a nice, chill show today. Sound like the painting guy. It's going to be a nice show today, guys. We're just going to post through the live stream and let things just be. Man, he was such a peaceful guy. Let me get his name. I should remember his name, but right now, I don't remember it. Oh yes, famous Bob Ross. Yes, so yes, we're going to just be on the live stream this morning, having a good time. We're not going to have fussing and fighting on this live stream. We're just going to be thankful for our day. That's how Bob Ross talked when he painted. The famous painter with the iconic hair is Bob Ross, known for his PBS show The Joy of Painting, his calming voice, and his signature permed afro, which became a company logo, but which he secretly disliked. He created landscapes with happy little trees and happy accents, using a wet-on-wet technique, making art accessible and inspiring millions. That's a fun fact this morning as we gather around the forest fire, the dumpster fire, the bonfire, one of the fires. We will be gathered around here today, this fine morning, having a good time for a set amount of time on Morning Mood. For me, I just have some water, but it's really warm to keep me warm because I believe today will probably be one of those chilly days outside. It's a reflection of because good mercy. I can feel it in our home. And gosh almighty, this is really good too. I made it at the perfect setting, y'all. I give myself a pat on the shoulder, not the back. You know, usually when I say pat on the back, and I take the time to give myself a pat on the back. I'm only touching my shoulder, so I was like, well, let me give myself a pat on the shoulder. Good job, LA, for making the perfect room temperature water. And it's soothing. I have to protect my voice because I've been talking a lot more this year on YouTube, to me personally, than I've ever have talked before in YouTube history. Usually I would do a lot of voiceovers, but that wasn't taxing on my voice because it's voiceovers and it's not like I'm reading an entire book. But now I talk Monday through Friday for a couple of hours or longer out of the week, plus talking with my family and, commentating on TV and all that stuff. I had to be sure to take care of my voice so I don't end up losing it like before, or it turning into like on Yzma Emperor's New Groove. Now I like Emperor's New Groove. I'm gonna read a couple of fun facts about that before I actually get into the main character of today's story. So Yzma from Emperor's New Groove, which is a good movie. New Groove. She's a really cool character. So Yzma, spelled Yzma. Let me see what I can find. According to I believe this is Wiki Fandom, Yzma is the main antagonist of Disney's The Emperor New Groove franchise. She serves as the main antagonist of Disney's 40th full-length animated feature film, The Emperor's New Groove. It's such a fun movie. It's got on here, Emperor's New Groove came out in year 2000, and Kronk's New Groove. I think I seen Kronk's New Groove, and it was funny. And that came out in 2005. So shout out to both of those movies. I just wanted to bring it up a little bit. This is a little small time in the beginning of the show where I get everything set up, get the audio done, and just kind of groove into the show without diving right into the topic. Although the topic is fun, I just want to welcome in everybody. Heck, wake myself up and just share with you some of the things that really are funny to me. So Emperor's New Groove is a fun movie, and I do not remember which restaurant featured them for toys at the time. Every time I go on Wikipedia now, they have something different as far as donations and stuff. This time Wikipedia's got this box and it's bright red. It says, "We owe you an explanation. December 8th, an important update for readers in the United States. Please don't skip this 1-minute read. We're sorry we've made several attempts to reach you lately, but it's Monday, December 8th, and we still need some help. If you would like us, you've used Wikipedia countless times to settle an argument with a friend, to satisfy your curiosity, blah, blah, blah." So what they're doing is asking for, they're just having a fundraiser. I think didn't Wikipedia start asking for like a fundraiser or for funds like 5 years ago or something? It startled me at first because I thought they were closing down. But I see they're on here, so hopefully it won't run into situation in the near future. They seem to be going strong right now, so that is really soothing. I had to be cautious not to drink all of it so I don't have to get up before my time and go refill on that. We have in the survey here cereals to choose from. Which cereal are you picking today? We've got cornflakes. I was about to say Mighty Morphin cornflakes, but wouldn't that be cool if Power Rangers did have a cereal? The Mighty Morphin cornflakes. That's such a good idea. I actually am going to write it down. Now, where is my ink pen? I have 2 ink pens on deck, but I like to have them all with me together. Excuse me. So, the Mighty Morphin, the Mighty Morphin cornflakes. Because what if Power Rangers had a breakfast cereal? I'm already writing stuff down on my clipboard. So which cereal are you picking today? We've got Corn Flakes, Fruit Loops, Cookie Crisp, Captain Crunch. So I'm looking in the list and I'm going to choose, because I cannot physically participate in the survey, but I will definitely type in my answer. Let's see. I want... Ooh, and then my pop-up came up on here so I can do this as well. Let's go, YouTube. Thank you for the features. I like the features. Favorite type of cake? That's a good question. And put in cake. I don't know who invented cake, but I'm so glad they did, because it's such a fun treat. And they make great gifts. You don't necessarily have to wait for someone's birthday or an important celebration to give someone cake. You can just give them cake and let that be that. It's a fun gift. Like, here, just thinking of you guys. Here's a cake just because. You can even have the baker people put thinking of you on the cake, and that's what makes it fun too. So I am going to go with, oh, which cereal? I'm going with Cookie Crisp today. So let me find some cookie emojis in here. So put COOKIE and a bowl. BOWL is, I believe that's how you spell bowl. Yup. The cereal I am choosing from the survey is Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp. There we go. Perfect. So that's what I'm choosing today, and it's not quite time for cows in the chat. The show will go on as, you know, as scheduled. So we have here Cookie Crisp. Since I chose Cookie Crisp on the thing, I am going to look for a small fun fact about Cookie Crisp really quickly. Is Cookie Crisp CRISP CEREAL a popular cereal still? Is Cookie Crisp a popular cereal still? According to AI Overview, yes, Cookie Crisp cereal remains a popular cereal, especially known for its nostalgic appearance and fun cookie shapes, with fans getting excited about its continued presence and limited edition flavor comebacks. What? I didn't know they had limited edition flavor comebacks. Even if it's not a top seller like Frosted Flakes or Cheerios, its enduring charm lies in delivering a chocolatey cookie-like experience with recent releases. Chocolatey is spelled CHOCOLATEY. Isn't that something that's actually a word? Chocolatey is a word. It seems like a fictitious word, but it's written right here in reference to Cookie Crisps. Its enduring charm lies in delivering a chocolatey cookie-like experience, with recent releases like Double Chocolate generating significant buzz and enthusiasm among customers, providing its lasting cult status. So have we deemed Cookie Crisp a cult classic? I thought I thought cult classics only represented movies, not cereal. So Cookie Crisp cereal is deemed a cult classic. I'm writing that down. Cookie, CRISP, cereal, ... Is it deemed a cult classic? Now, you guys, that is a good question. Something I can use in the future in reference to the morning moves. Speaking of cereal, I'm going to take mine out in a minute. Well, it's out. I'm going to put it on the shelf. And I have Fruit Loops. Even though I didn't vote for Fruit Loops on the thing, I have Fruit Loops in real life. Here's my Fruit Loops, guys. I'll probably will be munching on these during the show. Howdy, high five. Good morning to Mooooo. So before I really get into the topic, I'm doing a light warm-up, which is normal nowadays. And I read a small fun fact about Cookie Crisp cereal because that's the cereal I chose out of the survey. And I see you've already have 2 votes, so I want to see what the other vote is. Oh wow, Captain Crunch cereal. So Cookie Crisp and Captain Crunch are on the menu. And since I read a fun fact about my cereal, I'll see what they say about Captain Crunch. cereal. It says here, yes, Captain Crunch remains popular, especially for its nostalgic value. Once again, the nostalgia, because that's how the sentence led for Cookie Crisp. It said it was nostalgia. So yes, Captain Crunch remains popular, especially for its nostalgic value. But its position in the cereal market has shifted as consumer habits change. It is still a beloved classic for many adults and kids, though some recent formula shape changes have drawn mixed feedback. Its unique flavor and crunch keep it a go-to, but it faces competition from healthier, quicker options. What's quicker than cereal? Come on. Now, we were called the microwave generation. So what's a step tier beef on the microwave generation? What is quicker than cereal? What's going on, Benji? How are you doing? Welcome in. High five. Bam. Hope all is well with you. I am here reading a couple of fun facts about cereal since it's in the survey, just as a little icebreaker until I get started for really with the show. Let's see here. Hey guys. Welcome in. Yay! Exactly. That's why I stopped and had to ask you guys the yogurt drinks, like Go-Gurts in the tube that you tear open. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it says right here. Let me go back a little bit. It's still a beloved classic for many and adults and kids in reference to the Captain Crunch cereal, though some recent formula shape changes have drawn mixed feedback. Its unique flavor and crunch keeps it a go-to, but it faces competition from healthier, quicker options. What is this world coming to? Faster! Faster! Give me my food now! What you hurrying up for? Hurrying up so you can go to work and quickly pay the bills. I like breakfast food. And when I can, for the most part, I try to take my time and eat it. Even though my husband says I eat my food too fast. I have had that issue with eating food too fast since I've been an actual child. I recall my mom being in the kitchen and I'm in the dining area and she's like, "You're eating too fast." I'm like, "How can you eat too fast? You always tell me to hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." So now the one thing I'm actually fast at, you want me to slow down? Impossible. So you know how they have those hot dog contests on ESPN during the summer, like those wacky sports that they've now deemed sports, which is fine by me. If they have a hot dog eating contest, I wonder if they have a cereal eating contest, because I could sign up for that and get a place. I wouldn't care what place I got as long as it wasn't a participation place. But first, like if they have places 1 through 5, I'd be happy to place on any of those. Because I'd be so happy. I'd be like, "Family, look at me. I have placed in the ESPN food eating competition under the category of breakfast cereal. And I have placed last, but I have placed nonetheless." I can forget to eat, so by the time I remember I need something fast, the cereal is the one. I totally agree. And it's a light snack too, because if you're in the middle of the night and you want to eat something, cereal to me is a go-to. It's an easy, guilt-free snack. It's a lot better than eating a whole Subway sandwich and some chips. I'm like, come on, you're getting ready to go back to sleep. This is gonna be hard on your stomach to digest. It's gonna be like the sandwich is sitting all into your stomach. Are there cereal eating competitions? So I'm writing something else, another thought I had in reference to see if there's cereal eating competitions. Oh yeah, see, that's another reason. It's like my mom was a mom, so she was an adult at that time. So maybe the cereal of her time never hit a soggy point, but the cereal of my time, if you didn't eat certain cereals fast, they would get soggy. And I don't think that's the thing my mom was understanding. I'm not going to sit up here and eat soggy cereal. You want me to eat my food, but I don't want to get soggy. So you had to power through the cereal so it didn't get to that soggy point, right? Yeah. So it's like, I think my mom forgot all about that aspect of being the child because she was a mom now. I'm like, girl, if I don't eat this cereal fast, it's going to be soggy. And we going to have some troubles because she going to be like, don't leave this table till you eat everything. It's going to be a long time for me to leave this table now that the cereal done got soggy. It's gross. If you're eating if your cereal is soggy, you're taking way too long to eat it. Exactly. So why should I slow down? Hey, what's good, spicy burrito? We've got Cookie Crisp. Yeah, I chose Cookie Crisp as well. Ooh, you don't like fries with gravy? Ooh, that is so good. It's got to be the right type of fry. It's got to be a thick fry, in order for it to work. And it's got to be crispy. So if they were to happen to drizzle a ladle of gravy over the fries, at least the first top 3 or 4 French fries at the top will be safe. But it would be best to just have the gravy on the side for dunking. But that sounds so good right now. So what I'm writing down now on my notes is, are there cereal eating competitions just like there are hot dog eating contests? On ESPN during the summer? There. You guys, I like harvest season, and now that harvest season is gone, I wanted to roll right back into spring. I miss spring, and I'm currently missing summer simply because of the wacky sports that are played on ESPN during that time. I dip my fries into the gravy side. Exactly. I'm gonna put some French fries in the chat. French fries make for a great snack. Have you guys, did I spell French wrong. I used 2 F's. Have you guys, made French fries in not the crock pot? No, they'll be soggy. Dang it, what is that thing called? Air fryer. Have you made French fries in an air fryer? According to the people on YouTube, meaning like how you can watch the YouTube how-to videos and stuff, they come out rather crispy. All right, we have really surpassed the 15-minute marker, and it is time for the Cows in the Chat song. You have not missed it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, and animals, and artificial intelligence, and what? All living, breathing things here under the sun. They what? They say America is the melting pot. The wrong. Planet Earth is the one and only true melting pot. And it is time for what? Cows in the chat. Harmonica, please. Thank you. I'm going to have to get me a real harmonica. Woo! This is the time where you can put animal emojis in the chat, cow emojis in the chat, or your favorite emoji in the chat. It is time to celebrate the cow. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat, moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat, moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat is a small segment in time on Elay TV, morning moo segments where I celebrate the cow. I am very thankful for the cow because number one, they are cute, and number two, what's life if we did not have milk and cookies? If it weren't for the cow, we wouldn't have milk and cookies at the table. If it wasn't for cows, we would not have a royal barbecue. You cannot have a barbecue without burgers and dogs at the bare minimum. Exactly. We've got burgers in the chat. We have to have burgers. They are the staple of a tailgate. They are a staple when you go to hamburger places. You've got to have them. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. And also, for the one time, if there wasn't any Burger King, well, that's my answer. If there weren't any cows, there would not be Burger King. Shouts out to the flame broiled cow. Moo. I like Burger King food, and if there weren't cows, we wouldn't have Burger King. I want to ask my wacko's wish during this time also for the NASA people to apologize for placing the blame of global warming and the alleged impending doom on us beautiful cows, aka bovine. Shoo moo moo, moo moo, moo moo moo, bovine, moo moo, moo moo, moo moo. Here on Elay TV, we are utterly sorry from our 3 cow stomachs that NASA and the science people and the government are placing the blame of global warming on Mooooo. I guess they ran out of people to blame, and so now they're placing it on us precious cows. And as my wacko wish, I also asked the NASA people, since they're tearing up the world with their toys and inventions and stuff and letting them loose out on the world, can you please go into your vault, go into your labs, and bring us a unicorn as a peace offering? Yes, we're the people here from NASA. We want to say we're very sorry for tearing up this planet and blaming the cows for global warming. As a way to apologize, here are some unicorns released onto the land. Thank you. You shouldn't have, NASA. We really appreciate you. We knew you had a soft spot in your heart still to show that you care. And we promise here on Elay TV to protect them. We have a group of ninjas here who have wonderful ninja suits, and we vow to protect the unicorn. So if you are interested in being a part of the Unicorn Protective Committee, we do have ninja suits available so you can get them and you can be safely and comfortably fitted in the suits. You can also customize them as well. We have solid black and we have white. White is so you can customize your ninja suit so you can join the protective team over here in protecting the beautiful unicorn that we are believing NASA will release to us. A group of ninjas to protect the beautiful unicorns. We have a whole squad over here because we're believing that NASA will let them free, and we must protect them from Lord Voldemort because, you know, Harry Potter, that's what he ate. And Voldemort passed away in Magic Land, and we know magic never dies. So Voldemort is still alive out there somewhere, so we must protect them. So we are going to be stealth in the night, just like Voldemort, scouting out and protecting them. Yeah! And another request that I do have for NASA, I have two requests. One is to release the unicorns and to also release the strawberry cows. What's going on? See, we have our leader of the coalition right now coming in. Yay, it's me with the unicorn and the ninja suit, just in case. Exactly. That's the part we're on right now. And we have a few slots open, available still. Oliver Smith is in the Heezy, and we have a few suits available if you want to join the Unicorn Protective Coalition. How you doing today? I hope you had a great day at work. High five. Bam. I was just telling all my cool people, now that the harvest season is over, I'm ready for it to go back into spring. But we're only getting started with the winter. Thank you for the strawberry cow. That's exactly what I'm getting ready to put in here now. STRAW. We need strawberry cows. That will make this world a beautiful place. There we go. Strawberry cows and unicorns is what the cool people and I are asking NASA on the daily, Monday and Tuesday for. We are already prepared. We have systems in place for this to happen. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, or good night. I know I am. It is Monday, December 8th, 2025 already. This week is going by rather smooth for me. It's not whipping by. To me, honestly, this whole year did not whip by as fast as the other years prior. So I'm thankful for that because I have reached pretty much all of my goals. I'm putting a nice little loose bow on the top. Not too tight yet. We'll tighten up that bow around December 25th. But we're doing a good job. Thank you for putting the strawberry cows in the chat. Speaking of strawberry cows, did you guys have any wonderful desserts over the weekend? Nummy desserts. I had yogurt. What else did for desserts? Popcorn is supposed to be, to me, it's a snack. It's not necessarily a dessert. A popcorn can become a dessert if you drizzle caramel or some chocolate over it. Have you guys had your microwave popcorn, preferably the movie theater kind, and you put a little bit of chocolate on top? Wonderful. Now that's a treat. I had a good day. Thanks for asking. Yes, my day is going really smooth, and I'm glad you had a good day. That's what I want. I want all my cool peeps who come over here and the ones who pass through to definitely have good days. We're always rooting for you to have great days, smooth days, trouble-free days. The more trouble-free days, the better. Krispy Kreme donuts. If you eat too many Krispy Kreme donuts in a row, what is the rumor? Here he comes. So the rumor is if you eat 5 Krispy Kreme donuts consecutively, like back to back to back to back to back, that's 5, you will turn into a Krispy Kreme. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but sometimes when my friends go to get Krispy Kreme donuts, I don't see them for about a week. So it's gotta be some truth in that. Is it true? When and if fact you eat 5 Krispy Kreme donuts consecutively, back to back to back and so on, you'll turn into a Krispy Kreme donut. Maybe I should limit my donuts to 4 at a time because I'm not willing to risk my life turning into a donut. I don't know what the turnaround time is for that. Hey, I don't know neither, but you know what you're supposed to be doing? Getting in that kitchen and fixing those dang on pancakes every single time. He's over here in the camera. He's supposed to be working behind the scenes, but what is he doing? Running his mouth. And I still have to pay him. Is that what we doing today on my time? Before I get into the fun article today of like wacky animal stories, I'm going to check out and see what my cool peeps have picked for today's survey. I chose Krispy Kremes. I chose Krispy Kreme cereal. Not Krispy Kreme cereal. Now you have me talking about those donuts down in the chat now. Spicy burrito. I chose Cookie Crisp. So which cereal are you picking today? We've got Corn Flakes and Fruit Loops are both tied at 21%. Cookie Crisp is leading the way at 36%. And Captain Crunch is at 21%. By the time I check it again, we'll see how the numbers will fluctuate. I ate pancakes yesterday. Num num. Yeah, pancakes are fun to eat. High five for the pancakes. So, oh no, you're good. You're good. It just is what happens. I'm still blown away a little bit about the Krispy Kreme, um, urban legend. The urban legend of if you eat 5, you're gonna turn into a donut. I might have to look into that to see what happens. If you eat 5 Krispy Kreme donuts, will you turn into a donut? The way things are going today around the world, I would not be surprised if you eat 5 in a row. Will I turn into a donut? And speaking of donuts, my family and I had donuts as well over the weekend, and it was really fun. Nom nom nom. It was so fun. My husband took the family and I out to this really cool donut shop. There's tons of donut shops here, so he picked out one, and those donuts were wonderful. It was like, oh, let the donuts shower down on all these great people. I'm crying. The donuts were great. I ate 2 donuts like a greedy cow. I'm quite sure if I had 3 donuts sitting in front of me, I would have ate all 3. That's how good they were. So shout out to my family and my husband. We had a good time over the week getting donuts. So this is what I want to talk about today. Fun and silly animal stories, because I haven't talked about them in a while. So since it's been a while, I'm quite sure the list has piled right back up. So what I typed in is, can you please tell me of any silly and fun animal stories that happened in November 2025? So it says here are a couple of silly and fun animal stories that happened in November 2025. You guys, I was thinking the first story was going to be something cute like a cat. No, AI Overview is leading the chart with a drunken raccoon. How can a raccoon get drunk? Well, we're about to read what this paragraph says because I'm curious too. Hang on, I'm going to adjust my computer so I can see it a little better. So let me move. How can I do this? I need to move this over so I can see the screen and put that there. Got it. So I don't strain my eyes so much trying to read everything. I just realized I need to fix it. So yeah, it says here, a drunken raccoon raids a Virginia liquor store. How? Now this is a great way to lead the story, right? This is perfect. Gather around the forest fire, the bonfire, or the dumpster fire. One of the fires as we keep warm on this chilly morning before the sun rises. That's what dogs do, and it's so annoying. I'm like, can you please? I have you a special rug just for that, and it's in the back. Can you not show us that in the middle of the living room while we're gathered here trying to have a good time? Can you not do that? Oh man, that's too bad. Yeah, they show that on TV and stuff all the time. If that's what that means, that's so sad. Goodness, man, it's a lot of maintenance and care go into pets. Pet meds, blah, 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 yaggity smaggity. So it says here, a drunken raccoon raids a Virginia liquor store. A raccoon broke into a Virginia ABC store on November 29th, 2025, and proceeded to knock over and smash several bottles of liquor. It was later found intoxicated and passed out on the store's bathroom floor. The party animal was safely captured, taken to an animal shelter, and given time to sober up before questioning. The shelter joked on the social media. The incident went viral, and the Virginia ABC even released a series of fun raccoon-themed cocktail recipes inspired by the event. So the first story is about a drunken raccoon. Let me find a raccoon on here and put it in here. That's crazy. So the first story was a drunken raccoon raids a Virginia store. Excuse me. Copy and paste. This is sad and funny at the same time. I might run through these again. The second funny story brought to you by AI Overview is a slug triggers a late night doorbell in Germany. What? It says a slug triggers a late night doorbell in Germany. Residents of an apartment building in Schwadbach, Bavaria were repeatedly disturbed by late night doorbell rings that couldn't see anyone in their front door cameras. Police initially suspected a prank, but authorities eventually discovered the true culprit was the slug crawling across the exterior panel and accidentally triggering buttons. Oh man, now this is fun. Something to lighten the spirits a little bit today. I mean, animals, we know that animals are wild, but each year the animal stories get more out there than the last year. Oh man, go on and share it with us if you like. We'd like to, well, I know I'd like to know what the animal story is. I'm getting ready to write down the title for the raccoon one really quickly because I want to do more research about it. A drunken raccoon. Let me write that down. RACOO. Raids AVI. So I have that header written down. Okay. Oh no. So what happened after that? Oh my gosh. Oh man, that's crazy. You know, unfortunately, I dodged a bullet in reference to birds having, flying around and making a mess on you. It was during this very summer. It was like before this, it was this year, before the summertime of Morning Mooooo. It was even like before you could even call it spring was coming, but you could tell spring was maybe a couple of weeks away. So I was recording a small live stream about Morning Mooooo outside. My husband was recording it for me. In the background was the bushes and the trees and all this stuff. And it was really pretty. And I didn't think to look up, but there was a line, a power line on top over my head. So, and I was just talking, having a good time, showing the Cool Peeps the view of where we were. And then I saw something drop down, and I instantly was like, oh no. And I looked up, and sure enough, the bird was flying away, but it's recorded because I was like, oh no, did it get on me or something like that? So yes, that's so crazy. And it went into your pocket of all places. It got perfectly into the side of my pocket. Oh man, that's a good story. Thank you for sharing that story. That's crazy. So, thank you for sharing that animal story. It says here, Benjamin said, I have a funny story for you. A bird flew over me and dropped a you know what. I stopped dead in my tracks, looking everywhere, scanning the ground, my jeans, my shoes, etc. Couldn't even see where it went. I was so confused. Turns out it dropped its royal matter directly into my pocket. And I realized this once I arrived at the train station and reached into my pocket for my wallet. It got perfectly into the insides of my pockets. What a great shot. Exactly. These birds are getting really meticulous on what they're doing. They have gotten smart. They're like, yeah, let's get this bird, let's get this person. Yeah, the birds are hovering over the waters. Yeah, let's have some fun today. Let's pick on the people. Yeah, let's go down to the train station and pick on them because they're not going to have time to really care because they don't want to miss their train. This would be the perfect time to fly in and start messing with them. The story continued. I pulled my wallet out of my pocket to buy my train ticket, and my hand and wallet was covered in bird. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, man. Talk about like, where's the hand sanitizer pump? Where's the wet wipe pump? You need it. Quickly. I need something to sanitize my wallet. Man, that's bananas. Let me put some birds in the chat. A bird. B-I-R-D. Birds in the chat. As the birds fly away home, unscathed from the mighty fist of Benjamin Buttons, because he didn't find out what they did till they were gone. The birds here in Australia walk down the footpath across at the no way. The birds here in Australia walk down the footpath and cross the pedestrian crossing. They are evolving. Go along to get along in that regard is fine by me. Because if they could just fall in line, they're less likely to get hit, right? Unlike the ducks here, we have ducks, okay? We have signs where say ducks crossing, but I haven't seen the ducks actually cross to where the ducks crossing sign is. So there was a time when I wasn't driving, I had it was an Uber or a Lyft drove me home from one of my appointments in the morning, and the driver had to stop because the Ducks family were getting ready to proceed to cross what to me seemed like an interstate because it was 3 lanes on each side, but in the middle of the road, the interstate was like this big island. That's what I call it. I grew up and I called them islands, but it was a division. But in there, it was a plot of grass and trees and stuff. So we all had to stop. Semi trucks had to buckle and just go stir. And I don't know. I felt more sorry for the truck driver because he had to kind of like burn rubber and use his brakes. And just think, if the truck driver didn't have good brakes at that time, that would have really messed up the brakes. But he had to come to a grinding halt because this family of ducks was going by. We had to wait. But it was a beautiful thing in a way because how nature forces you to stop and look at it. Nature makes you respect it. Nature should not have to have us humans be forced to appreciate it. But in that's what I took out of that honestly captivating moment. This family of ducks made all these busy road rage people even come to their senses. So in that regard, it's like there's some sense of humanity still in people. There's even sense in people who road rage and hurt people because they think they're driving too slow. So for this family of adults to zap everybody to be on one thought process of a good vibe, that made me rejoice. So shout out to the humans who were desensitized in that short moment to stop for the beautiful family of ducks. And by the way, they made it safely across. I kept turning around to make sure they made it across on the other side. And I know they did because there were cars on the other side of the road who they started to see that we had stopped. So, you know, like if there's a car accident, people are going to rubberneck and be like, hey, what's going on back there? So they'll slow down to see. So thankfully, we have people on the other side of the road slowing down to see. So some of the cars had started to stop ahead. And so by the car stopping ahead, that led the other people to have to stop. That's how I knew that the ducks made it across on the other side. As I started to drive further away out of eyesight of it, I could tell that they were going to make it across safely. So congratulations to all the people who were in that moment on that day, who witnessed the family of ducks safely get across and to see the world stop and just look at the beauty of what we're supposed to be enjoying here in the first place. Nature and one another in a good, wholesome way. Moving forward, that's my spill on that. So once again, thank you so much, Benjamin, for sharing your story with the birds, because that story led to my story. And Oliver's story about how the birds walk across the pedestrian crossing like the Beatles and do their thing. So high five to the Beatles as well. Bam! Do you think the birds learned how to secretly do that by looking at the famous cover of the Beatles? Let's just assume that they did. Let's go. Music not only inspires people, music apparently and allegedly inspires birds. Hi, thank you for coming in. High five to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Let me look on here really quickly. What? All right. Excuse me. Excuse me again. So what time is it right now? All right. Moving forward. So right now we're talking about fun animal stories. So we've talked about a drunken raccoon raid in a Virginia liquor store. The raccoon went into the store, bust open some bottles of alcoholic beverages, and actually got drunk. The police said they took the animal and put him under arrest and released him after he was sobered up. The next story I read that was fun is about a slug that was ringing the doorbells of people's homes in Germany. It's Swadbach, Bavaria. Well, the neighbors were calling the police because they were assuming that it was some kids going around playing, doorbell dash or whatever you guys call it. But it wasn't, but that's what the police assumed. But then they did some further investigation and found out that it was a slug. It got on top of the control console and was slowly going over the buttons and pushing the buttons, thusly ringing the doorbell to the people. It says here, the authorities eventually discovered the true culprit was the slug crawling across the exterior panel and accidentally triggering the buttons. I tell you, it's amazing how these animals find their way up the walls and in odd spots that have nothing to do with nature. I'm like, you have all this grass and all this earth and yard and wind and sea and sky, but you decide to crawl up on a doorbell console and just disturb the neighbors in the middle of the night by slugging over the buttons and waking them up. Yes, animals are evolving, just like Oliver said. Here's another story. A pet monkey on the loose in the Spirit Halloween store. In a pre-Halloween incident that carried into the news cycle for the first week of November, a pet monkey in the diaper got loose in Plano, Texas. Spirit Halloween store on October 27th. Let's see here. 2025. The monkey, scared by the animatronics, escaped its leash. Oh, and ran past shoppers. That's crazy. Let me see what else is in here. So, apparently they were using the monkey as some type of, what do you call it? Emotional support monkey, had to be. So the monkey was scared by the animatronics, escaped his leash and ran past shoppers, climbing shelves and swiping stuff from the rafters. The spectacle entertained shoppers until police arrived and the monkey was released after being offered a cookie. Now, why aren't they calling in the animal people? Why would they call 911 and they could call the animal shelter? Now, this is the second story. No, this is the third story where humans have called the police to take care of an animal situation. They have enough on their hands dealing with people. Now they have to deal with 911 animal-related calls. It seems to me that the police should have something where the police lady who do the dispatch service can be like, 911, what's your emergency? And they'll be like, there's a polar bear rummaging around in my backyard. Okay, I'll patch you over to Animal Control Services. Please hold. But no, they send out the police. Come on, people. Let's get it together. Oh no, there's a polar bear in my backyard. Call the police. Really? So maybe I should have called the police when we had a family of raccoons crawling out of an opening from our ceiling. We should have called the cops instead of the maintenance people. I tell you guys, it just moving forward. Let me see here. Oh, let me put a cow in here as well. COW. And a flower. Let's see here. There we go. So moving forward, that was the pet monkey. Let me see. They have deep dive in AI mode. I want to see if there's more stories related because AI Overview provided us 3 stories to read, and all 3 stories were quite interesting. And this brought us well over to the top of the hour. We chatted about cereal, we chatted about our bird stories, and now we're chatting about other stories provided by AI. I asked what were some fun and silly stories that happened about animals regarding last month in November. I'm not ready for December yet because the night is still young for the month of December for this year. But since November is past, I'm like, let's see what our furry friends have gotten into. Last time we gathered around the forest fire, bonfire, dumpster fire, you name it. Pick a fire to gather around to keep warm because we are up before the rising sun. We talked about Narco Cat. Do you guys or any of you guys around when we talked about Narco Cat? Some of my cool peeps joined on well after the Narco Cat story. But Narco Cat was about a cat who actually trained to smuggle in street pharmaceuticals into a prison. And then there was an opening at on the yard somehow where the cat found its way through and befriended a cellmate. Fine. And then the cat was then from that point on trained to smuggle things in and out. The police caught it and took the precious animal to the vet so it can, be fixed, to be checked for, to make sure it didn't have anything unfortunately illegal in the system. Run it through the system, and it was deemed Narco Cat from that day on. I do not remember if Narco Cat has a Instagram page or not, but that was what was going on maybe 6 months ago now. And it had everybody falling out on the floor laughing. Yes, falling out on the floor, because there were lots of crying emojis in the chat. And it made my day just to see all you guys laughing. Heck, I was laughing too. I'm like, people, will you please leave these animals alone? I might have to rehash that story just for my sake, because it was a fun tale. Narco Cat. Shout out to Narco Cat. I'm not sure if the veterinarian decided to keep the cat as their mascot, or if he was placed into care of a new home. So shout out to Narco Cat. I'm going to expand this article. And it says, one of the most popular fun animal stores from November 2025 involved a raccoon that broke into a Virginia store, went on a booze binge, and was found passed out in the bathroom. Not in the bathroom. So the short blurb said that the raccoon was found laid passed out, but it didn't go into detail that it was in the bathroom. So the break-in, the bender, the aftermath, and recovery. Here is more details about the drunken raccoon incident. The break-in, the masked bandit entered the Virginia ABC Alcohol Beverage Control Authority store in Ashland through the ceiling the night before Saturday, November 29th. It was the night before Saturday, and not through the alcoholic beverage store. Not a creature was stirring. Wait a minute! Look up in the sky! It's a raccoon! Run! The bender, once inside, the raccoon managed to knock over and smash dozens of bottles of liquor, apparently sampling the contents, including whiskey and vodka. Now, if you don't believe in, what is it, reincarnation? This sounds like a reincarnation to me. What? Raccoon in his right mind knows how to get into an alcohol store and go straight to the what? Whiskey and vodka. Are you actually right? I know I'm actually right. It's a reincarnated person. It's gotta be. Gotta be Domino's buffalo wings. Let's go. At 5. So the aftermath, an employee found the raccoon the next morning passed out on the bathroom floor between the trash can and the toilet. Oh man, what a wonderful world. Hello, thank you for coming in, and good morning. Gather around while we laugh at precious animals go on a humanistic bender. So it says here, recovery. Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter officers safely captured the animal, which was then given several hours to sober up before questioning. The shelter joked on social media. The shelter confirmed the photos weren't AI generated and reported the raccoon showed zero signs of injury other than maybe a hangover and poor life choices. Exactly. Before being released back into the wild, the story went viral, leading to the Virginia ABC and Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter creating a range of humorous limited edition t-shirts, and the ABC Authority releasing raccoon-themed cocktail recipes such as the Rye Rascal Sour and the Trash Panda Old Fashioned. Very cool. So that's the fun story. We got a more in-depth detail about the raccoon who raided an alcohol party store and got his fill and didn't even make it out. It went into the bathroom and passed out between the trash can and the toilet. Oh yeah, that was a person. This planet is full of so many cool things. And one of the so many cool things is that raccoon who went into the store and got wasted. Times is hard for all living things on this planet. I mean, now the animals are turned into alcohol. Please help us, universe. Save planet Earth. And I am not joking. Help us. Help save planet Earth. Have mercy on the good people. And you know who the sincere good people are because you know how to measure their internal thinking. Keep us safe. Take care of us and the precious animals because the animals out here wilding out. I can't say I'm thankful for the universe to have a good judge of character when it comes to knowing the intentions of people because life is crazy and not all people are nice. Fun and silly animal stories. You guys, I had a great time over the weekend. I made, for fun, I made some extra videos in the background because that's a fun pastime. And then take off any, let's see, they weren't stressful. You know, it's like video gaming to me. Making a quick video and throwing it up there to share with the world is one of the most fun things about content creating. So I made a couple videos and I released them into the world and it was fun. It wasn't even planned. It really wasn't. It just happened and I started making a couple of videos and I had a good time. So shout out to me for having a good time on my weekend. Not only did we get yummy donuts to eat, we got to sightsee. I even had some free time to just mindlessly create something slightly different from what I normally do. I hope you guys have time to find at least 5 minutes a day to do something creative in your life that reminds you of who you really are. I really did have a good weekend. It was really foggy here at one point, like yesterday. It was so foggy. Excuse me. So much to the point it surprised me because usually when it's foggy like that, I'll pick up my phone and see like an alert like caution, extreme fog. Do not leave your house if you don't have to, or you know, call into work and be late because it's that foggy. Well, that's how foggy it was yesterday. And it surprised me because my phone didn't say anything about a fog advisory anywhere. So I think this one hit everyone by surprise because the news didn't even talk about it. And the fog hung on for a long while as the sun started to rise finally because you know the times are different now. It is winter here. The sun rose later, of course, but even with the rising sun bearing its light upon us, it was still gray outside. That's how foggy it still was. And it was thick. You could cut it with a knife. It was pretty though, but it was like, man. Exactly. It was so pretty and eerie at the same time. Because isn't fog just low-hanging clouds? But to just be able to have access or to come into contact with something that's supposed to be designated to be high in the sky, and to turn on your scientific hat and say that these are low-hanging clouds is still overwhelming to me to come into contact with something so big. Even though scientifically they just boil it down to fog being clouds, it's still something in the magnitude of that. It's breathtaking. It's very intimidating in a good way. Like when you get to see an actual mountain up close and you get to maybe touch it, to just see how big it is, I don't want to say humbling because I don't think myself above nature. So I don't have any issues with nature where I need to sit down and be humble. But I don't know the other word. Maybe it's a deep reverence or appreciation. But when you see a mountain, it never gets old to me. And this mountains all around us still. But when I still see those mountains up close or still see them in my line of sight, it's just like, wow, it's so amazing here. And it's just a great time. So shouts out to nature, shouts out even to the fog, because it puts me back into a centering of appreciating what the whole reason we're supposed to be down here, having a great experience. So shouts out to nature, shouts out to the clouds, to the fog, to the rainbows, to the birds. We all gathered in and shared our bird stories today. That was really fun. And how cool nature is, and how, yes, birds are evolving and animals in general are evolving as well. So if animals can evolve, we should be able to as well. I'm not saying completely abandon who you are, but as the world changed, the animals seem to be adapting in their own way in the name of survival, in a good way. We too have the capability of doing it, even though it seems intimidating in the realm of the technology. It's very intimidating, but it's here. So I too found myself finding new features on my phone, updating in the realm of it being, AI overview software to make life easier. But it's still like, wow. I suck in a little air, because it's like, I have to get used to this in order to function. Just like when credit cards and when debit cards came around, it's like something else I have to learn. I just finished learning how to balance a checkbook. The old checks that people still kind of use, where you fill out a check and tear it and balance it over in your ledger. I really started learning how to do that, and then we went right into the digital age just that quick. I'm like, I took marketing and management, and all they showed us was how to fill out checks, paper checks. Now we've got credit and debit cards. I'm gonna have to learn this on the fly because I've graduated now. Just wanted to say hi. I love you making in terms of posting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Warm hugs to you as well. Here's a big old fat hug from me to you. Yeah, man. So life is cool, life is fun, and it's got all of its experiences. And when I'm on here hanging on Mondays and Tuesdays with my Cool Peeps in my cow suit, you never know which way the wind will blow. But we are gathered around the forest fire, bonfire, or dumpster fire here before the rising sun, talking about animals. Yeah, my weekend was cool. And you guys, I'm actually still stuck on this drunken raccoon incident. Which made me start talking about planet Earth needs help, because this raccoon knew exactly where to go and exactly where to lay down when he passed out, in between the toilet and the trash can, because he was hungover. That's a cute story. We have a lot of my Cool Peeps who participated in the survey. It says, which cereal are you picking today? I chose Cookie Crisp cereal. So we've got Corn Flakes at 22%. Fruit Loops has taken over, guys. Fruit Loops is now at 33%. Cookie Crisp is at 23%, so it is tied with Corn Flakes. And Captain Crunch is raising up to 20%. Last time I read this survey, which was to me seemed like 45 minutes ago, Cookie Crisp was in a strong lead. And now times have changed and Fruit Loops are in the running. Look, I did vote for Cookie Crisp, but I am currently munching on Fruit Loops cereal. Elay, now make that make sense. How you gonna vote for one cereal but eat the other? You cannot have your cake and eat it too. That's not the plan. This is the cereal that I have. We don't have Cookie Crisp here currently, so if we did, I probably would have that. Tell me anything. Good morning, y'all. Sit down. Go in the kitchen and what? Make them dang old pancakes. The pancakes need to be waiting. They're supposed to be waiting for me every time I get off this live stream, but they don't make pancakes for me. They tell me I'm not supposed to be eating on the live, but I eat cereal every day on the live. So what's wrong with having a pancake sometimes? These two right here have a couple of jobs, and that's to stay in the background, run the cameras, make sure my lighting is okay, and to be my mods and make breakfast. That's it. So they can do all that while they're in the kitchen. They have tablets set up on the kitchen counter while they make the pancakes, so they can easily do the moderation and check to see if the lights, which isn't much, are going on. So basically one job. But no, they want more camera time. And they've been slacking on the breakfast. I should not have called DoorDash to get me some breakfast when I hired them to do it. Good help is so hard to find. In reference to other silly fun animal news, there's a small little paragraph down here. Well, it looks like a nice solid paragraph to me, but it's broken down into 3 bullet points. So I'm going to assume they're separate animal stories. I'm going to read those in a second. It says here, the doorbell slug. In Schwabach, Bavaria, police investigated late-night doorbell rings that were not caused by pranksters, but by a slug crawling across an external control panel and triggering several doorbells. Now, this happened in Germany. Now, that was a cute story. So they thought it was a bunch of kids being pranksters, but no, it was actually a slug walking slowly across all of the buttons, ringing them one at a time. They wouldn't. I get them mixed up because they're CNN, CBS, Good Morning America, Good Morning, and all those things. They used to have moments within their news, like Gail and Friends. I don't think Gail is there anymore, but Gail and Friends, they would have segments where they share good news, and then all of a sudden it kind of started getting weeded out, and all the good news went away. And then maybe 2 years ago, they had a separate streaming service or an app where you could just listen to all the good news that they probably weren't able to share on live screen. It was set up like on the separate streaming channel. But I think that is over with as well. In fact, let me see. Yeah, because I was telling my family about it because, we want to hear good news, So when they did their rollout for it, saying that if you want to hear good news, go to this particular app. And it was a branch from CBS Mornings. So all they did was rotate and talk about good news. That made my heart happy, but I'm not sure if that's still running. Let me see here. CBS Mornings Good News Show. CBS Mornings. Is that still running? So yes, CBS Mornings is still running, but the specific good news segment, you might remember, by John Krasinski, Some Good News, was sold to CBS in 2020 and later ended. While CBS Mornings itself has seen recent changes, including adding a third hour CBS Morning Plus in its late 2024, which was then cut in late 2025 to network reconstructing. Though the main show continues with anchors like Gayle King, Tony Dokoupil, and Nate Burleson. Key points: Some Good News with John Krasinski. This YouTube-based show, known for its positive stories, was sold to CBS in 2020, but is no longer hosted by Krasinski. who now serves as an executive producer with the format evolving or potentially discontinued after the sale. No, that's a bummer. A good day to you as well. Thank you for coming in. I just kind of went off the beaten path a little bit. Wanted to see if this particular segment on CBS Morning still ran their segment where all they ran was good news all day. In Australia, we call it mud cake, so you may have to Google. I've heard of mud cake. My grandma talked about mud cake before. Mud cake and mud pies. I believe that's where I learned mud cake and mud pies from, was from my grandma, because I started laughing. I'm like, mud cake? Like, mud? She's like, nah, girl. I kind of knew the answer wasn't going to be actual mud, but I didn't know how else to ask the question to get the answer. Yeah. So I've heard of those. And I believe I've had the cake. And like you said, I like them because of that. My background. Hold on. I don't want to accidentally knock it down. I have it pinned up here. It's up here with like push pins. And I don't want to lean on it too tough and it come tumbling down. But yeah, it's pretty good because I like it. It forces me to eat the cake slowly and enjoy it because of that. So I had to have a nice little sliver, and then I can have a scoop of ice cream, and it's like I slice through it and I can actually eat the cake because to me it's rich as well, and I can just let it kind of dissolve and enjoy the cake that way. So it intentionally forces me to slow down and enjoy it, because I don't like to just bite into that, because it's not that type of cake. Yeah. So I like thank you for that answer. I like birthday cakes. So even if it's not my birthday, I like birthday cakes. You can easily pick up some from like the bakery, and you don't even have to put anything on it. They have some cakes already pre-made, you know. You get the circle tier cake, or you can get the rectangular cake. Either way, you can pick out something cute. Oh, in my mind right now, the cake I picture if I were to go like to Walmart and get like a medium-sized cake just because will be white. It will be white rectangle cake, and the frosting will be white, and I would probably want the inside of the cake to be yellow, but on the top it will be white, and I will have pink tulips on the corners. It'll be little pink tulips on each of the corners of the cake, and that'd be so pretty. I'm like, hey y'all, I just bought a cake just because. Let's eat it. They make great gifts, guys, you know, and I talked about this earlier because I have favorite type of cake. And you can just put like, instead of giving somebody a card, you can just have the baker person put thinking of you on the cake. You know how lovely that will be? Gift giving is so fun, and the giving of cakes is one of those things. I have a few tabs open. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs open. I'm trying to find the tab with the silly stories of animals in here. It sure is the cake art. I report about cake art before it really started taking off. I mean, years ago, you know, because I gravitated to that. So I ended up doing for a passing grade. As one of my final projects in class, I talked about cake art, and I actually dressed up as a large cake as as a part of my presentation. I don't know if I ever took a picture of that. Usually when I dress up for projects, I will take a picture, but this time I did that when I was in college, so I don't think I had anybody. I don't think the picture was taken, but I know I was getting laughed at. I was laughing at myself, y'all, because I just really want to dress up as the cake to bring the presentation together, but who in their right mind still wearing costumes and carrying around in college? Me. I know I got a passing grade, but I know they was laughing at me too. I was laughing at myself. I was embarrassed a little bit because I was in my 20s, okay? And of course, I was the only one doing that. Everybody had weave, bust down 25 inches, yucky hair, makeup, you know, and here I am. I'm going to dress up as a cake. I need to go change first. Moving forward. My mom used to babysit and the lady was cheap and she said, and she paid in cake. But then her kids would eat the cake. Now I've heard of the movie called Paid in Full, but never have I heard Paid in Cake. Oh man, I had to put some cakes in the chat for that. Well, thank you so much for that. That was so funny. Let me put some cakes in the chat really quickly. Oh man. Cake in the chat. Let me see. Cake. You have me laughing over here. I might have to read that again. Just a second. Just one more second. I got asking something. It says here. I had to read that again. My mom used to babysit and the lady was cheap and she paid in cake, but then all her kids would eat the cake. You want to be cake? Cake is fun. I made my own costume out of a cardboard box and I used some pretty pastel colors like pinks and blues to decorate the cake. I had a good time actually making that. Thank you so much. If someone paid me in cake, you say I'm so funny. Thank you. If someone paid me a cake, I'd probably be mad. But my mom was nice. Yeah, your mom was really nice. Free desserts if it ever made it home before the kids. We'll have to put it up somewhere high. That's funny because in my live stream, I was covering the reviewing real time one of the Joe Budden podcast episodes, and it was actually about how this guy at a party was hoarding chicken from the party. He was going to a party and he took pieces of the chicken away from the table and hid it somewhere in the other part of the house in the closet so he could take some home. But it reminded me of a story for my birthday where I wish we hid the cake because there was this one lady, she came and took so much of the cake. I was so upset. I wished my birthday cake was hidden from her. And nobody did anything to stop her. They just let this big old woman take all the cake. And I'm like, I'm the birthday girl. It's my birthday. Why you gonna let her take all the cake? This big old grown adult woman. Now, you know, when you're 10, because I turned 10, and I was a runt. I'm a small, fully grown woman now, but I'm small. But when I was 10, I was just a child. So any adult looks bigger than me. This big old woman took all the cake and they just stood there and let her do it. Boy, you want to talk about another chink on the belt of me looking at my mom and dad sideways. My mom and daddy over there. If I see them, I'll be like, who that? The people who allegedly gave me life. That's about all I have to say about that. Okay, who want to go to the store? Snacks on me, except them two. Yeah, man, memories. An elephant never forgets. Moving forward, other silly fun animal news. Oh my gosh, that Matilda movie. I'm glad you said that. Let me write that down. Maybe I'm going to have to look. Maybe Matilda, if it's available free, could be the movie we can watch this Wednesday on Baskethead. So thank you for that. I just wrote that down. Matilda was good. She had him. It was like a dang on assembly. And all the kids had to go to the assembly and watch that poor child eat the cake. She was so mean. And it's like, you know how Matilda viewed the mean adults? That's how I viewed them too. They were just belligerently mean for no reason. That's how I think all kids saw the mean adults, because it's like, why are you really tripping? We're just kids. It's like we were adults, emotional punching bags when we went to school. Teacher have a bad day, come to find out later that that was a coffee that the teachers were drinking. And they slam us with so much homework. And they probably just did it because they could not take their frustrations out back at home. When I go to school this morning, I'm giving all the kids 500 hours of homework. And then when the kids are so busy doing homework, they'll be out of their parents' hair. So this is for the adults. That's what I'll do one time for the adults. I'll boggle down with endless, meaningless, busy work. And the parents don't have to see their kids' hideous faces for hours, only until mealtime, and when it's time to go to bed because they have to do their homework. Exactly. I'm picking up what you throw it down. Teachers, y'all need to have several seats. When we grew up, all we got was homework. Like Cyborg said in one of the episodes of Teen Titans, pain. All I know is pain. Well, all I knew was homework. All I knew was homework. And I don't remember any of the stuff. They probably only passed me because I was nice. Moving forward, other silly fun animal news. The pet primate, a pet monkey. Now, this was a fun story. I wish they went into more detail about this pet monkey. If not, I'll backtrack and read the whole thing that we got. A pet monkey in a diaper got loose in the Spirit Halloween store in Plano, Texas, swinging from the rafters and climbing shelves and being scared by the animatronics. The monkey was eventually coaxed back to its owner with the cookie. So the pet parent took the monkey to Spirited costume store. The monkey was on a leash, but the animatronics in the Spirited store scared the monkey and it broke loose. Oh man. Yes, Teen Titans Go was legit, and Teen Titans Go is still running. They are currently running brand new episodes still on Saturday. They are in their umpteenth season. Teen Titans Go is still going strong. Yes, it sounds like something from out of a movie. And then the last one, this is a news story that I didn't even read about prior that AI Overview slipped in. So it says wiggly kittens, adorable 5-month-old kittens with a rare condition called CH, known as cerebellar hypoplasia, that makes them wobbly on their feet, were featured for adoption, proving that their condition didn't stop them from being playful and happy. Exactly, because if I saw them, I would have adopted them. That's cute. Wobbly, 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 drop it like it's hot. They're naturally inclined to know how to dance. See, every cat is different. They call it a condition, but these cats just have the gift of dance. Song and dance cats. They don't have a condition. They are song and dance cats, and they need to be in the homes of artsy-fartsy, musically inclined, music lovers, people. That's all. Good mercy, man. Take over. For Netflix, everybody wants to be a cat because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Oh, yeah. That's right. Everybody wants to be a cat. Hallelujah, everybody wants to be a cat. aristocrats. So let me go back to that story because it said a pinch more in reference to the monkey story. Monkey! Look, Mama. What is it, dear? It's the outbreak monkey. Ah! 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 Run! It's the outbreak monkey. Ah! Folks panicking, running in traffic, leaving groceries behind, probably leaving the children behind, running from the outbreak monkey. Don't nobody know what the correct name is for that monkey. They just call it the outbreak monkey. Yeah, I'm going to the pet store. I want me a monkey. I want the outbreak monkey. They probably wouldn't let you have it because they'll deem it as being disrespectful. You don't even know the correct classification of this monkey. Why would we release him into your care? Leave this pet place at once, or we'll call the authorities. On what grounds, fool? For me missing a monkey? Times are changing. What is the name of the outbreak monkey? Sounds like a good topic for Thursday. Outbreak monkey. Isn't that the monkey Michael Jackson had? Oh my gosh. Oh no, I hope not. All right, some notes now really quickly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My notes, I'm almost halfway through this page. Every time I'm on here, every time I'm falling down, all alone I fall to pieces. No, every time I'm on this live stream, I have to have some paper with me because I'm always thinking of other stuff to talk about. He had a hole lay everything. It's like he had secret tunnels and just dug under bush gardens and all the animal zoos around the world and just had them come underground and go to his land. Because you don't see how they shipped the animals. I know Michael Jackson was a private soul, but you didn't even see it in the news at that time. It still should have made the news. Like, there is a giraffe approaching the neighborhood in a massive cargo truck. The giraffe is getting driven to Michael Jackson's Neverland. I didn't see a rollout or anything make it in the news about his animals' arrival. So how did the animals arrive there in the first place? It's too early to start thinking like this. I don't want my mom to wake up that tough yet, but that's something I will write down for later discussion. How did Michael Jackson, Shumbone, how did he get all those animals there in the first place? Maybe they arrived as babies so they could be easier to be, delivered from one place to the other, and then he raised them to adulthood. Let's just rest it there. How in the world did Michael Jackson get all those animals into Neverland anyways? How did Michael Jackson get all of the animals onto Neverland? Did he raise them as babies and they just grew up? Or did he buy them as whole adult animals? Do that even make sense? Whole adult animals. Yes, I'm at the pet shop, the exotic pet shop, and I'm on the vicinity looking for a whole adult pig for the family. A whole adult male pig for the family to add to my pet collection. You mean a hog, sir? An adult pig. I don't know what a hog is. Just give me an adult male pig, please. Quickly. He had an alligator. Now, Michael. Michael. Wikipedia said he had an alligator. Come on now. Maybe that's how he was. I'm not even getting ready to go there. Save me, Father, from saying too much. An alligator. You might as well get a shark too. You no match, Michael, for an alligator. You're back there dancing around in the swamp part of your Neverland. You get the spirit and start dancing. That alligator come up from the water and take me home. Phil Collins. I don't have time to be dancing around with danger. Life is tough enough as is. And lastly, for a little bit more information on the monkey who was wigging out at the Spirit Halloween store, by way of AI overview, it says a pet monkey on the loose in the Spirit Halloween store. Excuse me. A pet monkey on the loose in the Spirit Halloween store. In the pre-Halloween incident that carried into the news cycle for the first week of November, a pet monkey in the diaper got loose in Plano, Texas Spirit Halloween store on October 27, 2025, y'all. The monkey, scared by the animatronics, escaped its leash and ran past shoppers, climbing shelves and swinging from the rafters. The spectacle entertained shoppers until police arrived and the monkey was released after being offered a cookie. Now, what kind of cookie did they give the monkey? I hope you won't cheapen out on him. Why didn't they give him a donut? Yes. But those are my silly and fun and silly animal stories for today, for this wonderful edition of Morning Moo Monday Madness Motivation, helping Mooooo and Mooooo power through your work week. A lot of us are having to get on the road again to get to work, get to school. And a good way to get to work and get to school is to have something cool in your psyche, which is my channel, bringing you cheer and laughter. Yes, that was fun. That was really fun. I want you guys to have like a really cool morning. My goal here on Mondays is to get you motivated. So how you start is how you finish. Let's start the week with a fresh perspective on life and just having fun. Let's see how we do with this cereal thing. You guys really showed up and showed off personally to me. We've got, which cereal are you picking today? Bella Swan, can you come and read the stats for me? Good morning, everyone. I'm Bella Swan. I actually was doing my work today. I was actually earning my keep, unlike the other. Okay. Which cereal are you picking today? Fruit Loops is at 34%. Fruit Loops won, guys. Cookie Crisp is second place. LA picked Cookie Crisp. I sure did, girl. And you lost. Turn around and read the survey. Which cereal are you picking today? Fruit Loops is at 34%, Cookie Crisp is at 26%, and Corn Flakes is at 23%. And lastly, Captain Crunch is at 17%. I want Corn Flakes, of course. Of course. She wants the cereal that we don't have available on the shelf. I cannot with good help is so hard to find today. Before I wrap up out of here, thank you guys for also talking about your favorite types of cakes. Mud cake sounds really fun. For those of you who may not know what mud cake is, I will read a brief. Bella is picky. She was picky throughout the whole Twilight Saga, and apparently she is picky in real life. Mud cake is a rich, dense, and moist chocolate cake known for its fudgy brownie-like texture, which is achieved by using a high fat to flour ratio, and a slow low temperature bake. The name is believed to come from its dense, dark appearance, which supposedly resembles the muddy banks of the Mississippi River. Shouts out to the muddy banks of the Mississippi River. It's been with us for a long time, and I respect the waters of Mississippi. So shouts out to the mud cake and the mud pies. And for me, birthday cakes in general are fun. And it don't have to be your birthday. You can just get a blank cake and with a blank slate and just eat it or gift it to family and friends. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I'm having a good time on here on Monday Mooooo Motivational Madness. I hope you have as well. Let me check a couple of things before I boogie on out of here. Thank you to all the cool peeps who came in to press the like button. The like button looks amazing. Thanks for the visitors who are just passing through to see what is that girl doing in that cow suit. Thank you for just being curious and giving of your time, because everything counts that you do, even if it's for a short amount of time. It all adds up in the end. So thank you kindly. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Until then, I'm signing out with the morning Mooooo song. Shoo mur mur mur, shoo mur mur mur, a shoo mur mur, shoo mur 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 mur. Bye, you guys. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for sharing your animal stories with me as well. Those were fun reading. Take care. Bye.